Hey YouTube, this is the Young Outdoorsman here with another survival video. Alright, I'm going to talk to you today about some surplus gear, but first of all, there are two kinds of cheap. Alright, there's cheap and expensive, which can still be high quality, and there's cheap as in, it's cheap, it sucks, not only does not cost much, but it won't last long, and it's just not good quality, it's very poor. Alright, in my opinion, and in my experience, the best place to get inexpensive but high quality gear for any kind of outdoor adventure, camping, survival is gotta be your surplus store. Nothing really comes close. Military surplus, surplus stores that are local, yeah, eBay, Craigslist, online retailers, whatever. Surplus is the way to go as long as green, tan, and camo don't bother you, okay? There's plenty of pretty colors out there for paracord, not so much for basic gear. You're pretty much stuck with that. Green's my favorite color, so I don't care. Anyways, this is just a small sampling of some of the stuff I have. I'm just kind of making a point about surplus gear in general. I mean, for water, of course, being essential to your survival, naturally, we've got handy 2-quart canteens, 1-quart canteen and cup. Probably the most popular recent thing to hit. We got CamelBaks. I love the military CamelBaks. For all kinds of gear, though, I mean, we have load-bearing vests like this one. You've got, I think, 6 magazines and 2 grenades. You can carry a tourniquet or something else because it's all modular system. You know, you can buy a web belt, run around, pretend you're Batman, whatever. You know, if you can see it back here, this is not the one I have on right now, but my winter coat I wear to school, my heavy winter coat, it's surplus. You wouldn't know, it's just a basic black, looks like an off-brand North Face, but the brand is U.S. Army, and it's super durable, and it was probably a third of the price of a North Face jacket. As far as clothing goes, moving right along, combat boots, I love them as long as you break them in. And then BDUs come in lots of different colors and every size imaginable. You could be morbidly obese or seriously anorexic. They've got it. It'll fit. If the selection is large enough, that is. Okay. And then this, of course, this is bags. I love surplus bags. This that everything's on is a giant duffel bag. I've lived for like a couple of weeks off of the stuff in this bag. It's huge. You could fit like a double wide trailer inside this thing, I swear. Of course you have paracord. There's your famous my giant batch of orange paracord. But I mean, you get all kinds of different colors with it. Not real important. Get whatever colors you like. Winter gear, since it's that season. I mean, all my serious hardcore gloves. I mean, these are really heavy duty if you live in a place that's cold. I don't really. My favorite are these work gloves. These are just, you know, leather work gloves. I make a little money doing yard work, and I use these. When it gets a little cold, you have just the basic, you know, kind of, I don't know what material this is, wool or nylon. Not waterproof. And then these are inserts, really, for these. And then that equals kind of one of these in my book, but you get more dexterity. And if you want to stick somewhere up, they have ski masks, you know, too, if it really seriously gets cold. Now, okay, the surplus store or military surplus is not the only place you can buy inexpensive gear. It's not the only place you can buy inexpensive gear that is high quality. You can even find that at Walmart if you know what to look for. And I'll show you some things that are, you kind of have to watch out what brands you buy from Walmart. And this other much smaller pile here, because I didn't make this mistake often. Some gear from Walmart. Not all of it being super expensive, or super inexpensive, excuse me. This is a Coleman cook set, which I love. You've seen me use the canteen cups a couple times. If you haven't, go watch my other videos. But I went ahead and bought the bullet and bought a nice cook set. This is what I usually actually go camping with. It comes with 4 things, idea being like a bowl, cup, pot, and plate. I rarely use the small one. I throw this in some of my more compact survival kits. I usually just take this guy right here. There's your cup, pretty much, your massive cup, and there's your, you know, chow fixing bowl or pot. I cook and eat out of the same thing because I'm just one guy. That was $30. It's not stainless steel, it's anodized aluminum, but it's pretty strong. Got a mesh bag with it, of course. You can get sporks, this is all this is good gear. I take this stuff camping. This makes things taste better than the Hobo Tool, which has kind of a cheap metal flavor. This is just, plastic. And it's bright orange, so you won't be able to lose it. And this is one of those things. It's the crappy brand that I hate, this Outdoor Products, but this is just a stainless steel water bottle. There's no design to it. You can boil water off of this thing and just lug water around. This is plenty good and very inexpensive, like $5. The things you have to watch out for on any kind of, the main kind of thing you want to go ahead and spend your money or buy surplus stuff. Knives, you don't want to get too cheap. This is a example of a bad knife. This is a $1 knife. Handles are very cheap plastic. This has tons of blade movement, which you probably can't see that well, but I can feel it. And then this is the only thing holding the blade in place, is that little flathead screw. And so if I loosen that a little bit, it'd be all over the place, and this clip would be all over the place. It's a lockback knife, but it's very cheap. And if you're just going camping once, same with a mess kit. If you're just going camping once, you can buy one of those cheap, mess kits that's made out of like tinfoil, and it'll bend if you try. And I had one of those for years as maybe 10 or 9-year-old, and it worked. If all you're gonna do is eat out of it, if all you're gonna do is cut the occasional piece of string, and you don't care about tightening that, yeah, this could work. But if you're serious about anything, if you're over the age of 10, definitely. Once you're 11, start getting, you start hitting puberty, you're able to think better and reason more, and you should, hopefully expand your budget a little. And then this is the Kiss of Death. This is not quality, and it's not that cheap. This is about, I think this was about 20 bucks. So is this. This is bomb-proof. I love it. I've taken it to the moon and back on a bike. This is what I go mountain biking and just long-distance road biking. This I've taken almost nowhere. It wasn't my bag. It's a bag I borrowed, and then it became mine because the guy didn't want it because it sucked. You can see the stitching is just really poor. I don't know if you can see that little safety pin there, but I kind of bandaged it up. This rubber, I've had multiple leaks on this thing. It's a Camelback bag. It's the same price. Just don't buy any kind of bag that's this Outdoor Products brand. Don't buy any major piece of gear, any axe, saw, anything like that, other than so simple they couldn't screw it up. From them, this Walmart brand, I would not recommend that. But military surplus gear is great. It's not the only gear option. It's my, get that garbage out of here. It's my, excuse me, it's my preferred thing, my preferred option for, excuse me, inexpensive gear. But there's inexpensive gear to be found that is high quality. I would look no further than your surplus store. You can, but you'll also run into trouble. So that's just my short video on the two kinds of cheap. Thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. God be with you till we meet again, and until then, keep your powder dry and your head down. Thanks a ton, guys.